Hello, I'm Richard Hunter and welcome to our look ahead for the week commencing the 20th of April. It's been another fairly tumultuous week, despite a record production cut at the OPEC Plus meeting of 10 million barrels per day. The oil price remained fairly unimpressed. It's still down 58% on the year to date, and also there's still concerns, of course, around demand destruction. Elsewhere, the first quarter reporting season, especially in the US, got underway with some pretty dire figures from the US banks in particular, all of whom reported a sharp fall in profits and a sharp rise in impairments for bad losses for those businesses and customers who might not be able to repay their loans. And the quarter one season very much will continue into next week as well. The exception to the rule has been the Nasdaq, which has shown something of a recovery. In the year to date, the indexes, which we normally look at, of course, are seeing figures of the Dow Jones still remaining down 17.5%, the S&P 500 down 13%. The Nasdaq has now recovered somewhat to be down just 4.9% in the year to date, and our own FTSE 100 is down 23.5%. So, turning to next week, some of that Nasdaq strength, apart from a return to form in terms of institutional buying, has been that there's a couple of stocks in there which have perhaps started to turn the corner. Apple, for example, has resumed some of its Chinese trading operations, and two other stocks who are actually reporting next week and have been perceived beneficiaries of the lockdown so far, despite all the other economic difficulties, have been Netflix and indeed Amazon. Obviously, Netflix is a reflection of the fact that viewing habits have very much changed as people are confined to their own homes, whereas Amazon, of course, has been employing 100,000 staff or so to cope with the peak demand. In terms of the UK, and again, subject to the caveat that these won't be fully confirmed until the day in question, but we are expecting some updates from Unilever. Obviously, Unilever is responsible for products such as Domestos, Lynx, Persil, so its defensive qualities should continue to serve it well. We'll see if the first quarter update comes along, whether that was the case. And also Associated British Foods, best known, of course, for the fact that around half of its sales come from Primark. Needless to say, it will be interesting to see how AB Foods on the whole has dealt with the fact that it's going to have to reduce cash burn where possible, and the outlook for Primark in this very difficult situation should give us another further clue into the actual economic impact that the lockdown has had on companies, indeed both sides of the pond. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.